What's up, you guys? Chat Guthrie, the Dream Poet here, coming to you all with day 175 of my vlogging experience here in the state of Florida. Yes, it's been 175 days, you guys, of non-stop vlogging of my life here in the state of Florida. And today, you guys, I have to go into work early, which I hate it because I had a really good video planned. If y'all kept in touch with my top 10 best paranormal shows that I did yesterday, then, well, quite frankly, then y'all would really like this one. It's my top 5 paranormal documentaries. I mean, I had a lot going for that, but I was a little bit worn out. But in order to make it up to you guys, I think what I'm going to do today is I'm going to talk about some of the humorous things that I've had while working in the fast food industry. There have been many moments in my life that are like that. And I think, you guys, I will go with one that still resonates with me to this day, and it was the most hilarious thing I've ever seen. But it was New Year's Day, 2016. I was sitting there with my friends at McDonald's working, and that's when we get somebody that comes to the drive-thru. They order, then they never pull up. The car just sits there in the first window, and there's not really a response. One of my coworkers went out there to check up on the guy. As soon as the guy came back to us, my friend slash employee, he said, "Dude, I got a secondhand high, and I got a secondhand high from being next to that guy's window." Apparently, the guy was passed out, and he reeked of weed and alcohol. He was out. He was gone. Still responsive, but he was gone. So my friend, he's like, "Well, what should we do?" Well, my shift manager at the time calls the cops, and again, for the next 15 minutes, the guy sits there unresponsive, not a word. We're getting a little bit worried at this point, and then finally, he wakes up. He pulls up through the drive-thru, and my boss says, "Hey, that'll be $5.80, honey." And he's like, "No, give me my food. Give me my food." And she's like, "I'm sorry, honey, I can't do that until you pay me." And his response exactly were, "F you." Then he drove off. And right as he drove off, the cops pulled in. And this is the zinger of this story. While the cops are there, he drives back through the drive-thru and persists to order the same thing that he had ordered the last time. This guy, who's totally wasted, could have avoided the cops, but no. And as he avoided the cops, he got arrested. And, I mean, he couldn't even pass a DUI or a drug test or a DUI test. He was bad. He was gone. Having told that story, there is another one that happened when I worked at Cookout, and this one, I probably shouldn't laugh, but it's funny how all this happened at one time. But you guys, it was around football season. And usually around this time we had a lot of orders because the building that I worked at was only like 5 minutes away from the University of Tennessee. We got a lot of college students, and yeah, this all happened within one night. We found somebody that had left their weed out in the bathroom stalls. There were 2 fights on one side of the building and on the other side of the building. This guy apparently his girlfriend said something to him, and he proceeded to beat the tar out of her. which caused his friends to get on top of her friends, and it was a brawl. Wow, there was a fight between another coworker of mine and somebody out in the parking lot. 3 people that night lost their credit cards. It was $1,000 night. We kept on getting $1,000 like every hour. Yeah, like it was non-stop. And imagine when all this stuff was going on, it was crazy. And there was another time too that this was completely unrelated, but we had this big old fat girl come through the front of the line, and she shows us her phone. She's like, "What's this order?" And we look at it and we're like, "It's the time, ma'am." Like, no, I want my cheese curds. And I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, this girl looks like like Jabba the Hutt had eaten Barney or something. I mean, she was big, real big, and she wanted her cheese curds. Granted, she got the cops called on her, and yeah, she was a big girl. And this one, you guys, this one, I'm surprised. I mean, I'm not gonna name names here, but this was just absolute craziness. But there was somebody that I worked with. I'm not going to name which restaurant just to protect people in the names of that person. But this was about midway through the shift. Our district manager was there working, and one of our coworkers had come back. He was a little bit drunk. Didn't say anything about it. And he decides to tell our district manager that he had recently come back off his shift, that he was drinking, and he was drunk. And 2 days prior before this, the owners of the entire company saw a thing of weed, a joint, laying on the manager's desk. That was the same guys. Oh my god, that was funny. I mean, it wasn't funny, but it's just like that it happened twice for that guy. It took him that long to get fired. Like, Cookout loved people. They loved their people. And my last story, let me see if I can't recall it. It was, actually, no, I think that's about it for today. I'm sorry, guys, that this one isn't as extravagant as my other ones. Like I said, I had another one in store for you guys that I wanted to do, but I simply don't have time this morning. And two, it's just been a rough last few days. I wish I could have kept up with celebrating Halloween every single day of this month, but it's been hard. But, you know, I'm going to keep going with it. You know, I've vlogged, 175 days of my life. It's going to keep going. So, as I say in all my videos, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. That will keep you in the loop on my life here in the state of Florida. Stay posted, stay tuned, keep in touch with me at DreamPoet at Facebook, as well as my Instagram in the links below. Thank you all for the love and support. I love you all very much, you guys. Peace.